Money is silly. I feel it envy, not trying to be friendly. It is what it is. If you want me, come get me. Whenever you ready, no, I keep it steady. Yeah, I get the W, throw the confetti. Please do not tempt me, don't hold it against me. We about that action, don't ever forget it. Squad of gorillas, the army, the navy. When I call a play, I'ma score like I'm...
Coming up, we'll see Ron Rivera return to Carolina. Washington faces the Panthers for the second straight season as Rivera hopes to even up his record against his old team. Next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at Bank of America Stadium in uptown Charlotte. Just a few moments ago, this building was shaking as the Carolina Panthers emerge from the tunnel here in Charlotte. They are ready to go as the Panthers are set to match up with the Washington football team. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Panther ball club as they interplay here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for visiting Washington, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
Season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Heineke on first down. He'll get this into the hands of Antonio Gibson. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, Heineke slings this deep for McLaurin, and he fires one that's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it, and the Panthers are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. So now it appears they're going to accept the penalty, which means take away the interception, also means keep your defense on the field. Don't understand this one one bit. A first down throw for Heineke. That's complete to his tight end, Seals Jones. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Well, this crowd does not like that call.
Understandable reaction from them. That's their team that the penalty is going against. But you and I both know they're going to take care of the quarterback.
Gibson here running out of the gun. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. So that was a very nice play, Charles, from a very speedy cornerback.
And one thing about a play like this, if it's slow to develop, it can turn out poorly. And this play was definitely slow in developing. And that was one heck of an effort to sprint over there and get the man down before he could make anything happen.
And the next-gen stats, they tell the story as he was approaching 19 miles an hour on that one. Heineke on 3rd and 2. That's into the hands of his tight end Bates. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Here's Heineke. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That one was thrown into the end zone, and when they made a play on the ball, it was actually tipped up in the air, and that's not ideal for anyone on defense because what you're ordinarily taught is to knock the ball down towards the ground, almost like a volleyball player coming over the top and spiking it to make sure that the offensive guys can't catch it on the rebound.
On 3rd down, Heineke. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. They will run it. It's McKissick. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. Heineke with a 3rd and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Ricky Seals-Jones, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And Washington has taken a first-quarter lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Extra point forthcoming. It's good, and Washington will take a 7-0 lead. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the 2015 NFL Most Valuable Player in his 11th season in the league, 32-year-old Cam Newton.
And many people are having difficulty pegging exactly what they believe Cam Newton is at this point in his career. For me, when I see certain days and he's right, he can still be an accurate passer, can still get the ball downfield. And his running ability, especially inside the 10, still makes him a difficult quarterback to prepare for.
Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. The numbers for McCaffrey last week. 13 carries, 95 yards.
I'm so glad you asked for a couple of offensive linemen to talk to before the game because they told us that in last week's contest, everything was clicking. Didn't matter whether they were doing gap scheme, zone scheme, power, whatever it was working. And they expect more of the same in this game, although they're prepared for some adjustments by the defense they expect to see.
2nd quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football, as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey, and he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Now a give, right side McCaffrey. And this is going to be a Panthers first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10. This is McCaffrey on the give. Good footwork at the 30. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 41 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
This is McCaffrey. A giant hole up the middle. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Partner, in our years together, we've never really run into a player that's admitted a doubt or a lack of confidence, right? But right now, I'm just wondering about that interior line because on defense, they're starting to get manhandled at the point of attack. Do they have it in them to figure a way to reverse the tide? Because right now, they're running the ball at will.
2nd and goal from inside the 5.
20.
Hubbard. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Yeah, he is marked down right about on top of that imaginary yellow line, but they say he's a bit short. A gain of 2, just like we saw on 1st and 2nd down as well. Deuce is wild. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. And no move to take the offense on the field. They're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Giovanni Ricci, his first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. And, Charles, maybe that's one they had dialed up. Hey, if we're in a 4th and goal situation, we're going to our muscle.
And you can feel the boom, boom, boom all the way up here where we sit. The earth was shaking, and he found his way into the end zone.
Yeah, but that's such a great guy to have around the goal line, isn't it?
Indeed it is. It's a great extra dimension to add to your offense. When you can finish things with power, that's hard for a defense to deal with.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive, and Carolina scores to cap it off. So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll get this just up past the 20, but a marker is down. Let's get the call. Now this is going to put him back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Heineke's throw taken in by Samuel. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To throw is Heineke. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to get this deep on a Carolina side of the field. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Heineke now. And this is going to be incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Heineke again. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And he finds Seals-Jones complete. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Working out of the gun. Here's Heineke. Touchdown! That's caught. Ricky Seals-Jones with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And Washington has taken the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Now Joey Sly for the point after. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Christian McCaffrey and the Panthers about set to go on offense. Now, the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the second quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield, get the ball in his hands in open space. And just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with the run so far. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now a first down throw for Newton. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. On the ground, McCaffrey. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Cam trying to rally his guys to the line as quick as he can. Again, McCaffrey. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. The ball mere inches from the white line on 3rd and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Giovanni Ricci in the final seconds of the first half. And the Panthers have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. CD for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Gonzalez now to add the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they're going to bring him down just past the 15, and a flag down as well. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. That often runs you into a penalty.
So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly. And it's the Saints who have the lead in the second quarter. Taysom Hill, 2 touchdown passes thus far. From there, we head up to MetLife Stadium to check on the Jets. And right now, they have the lead over the visiting Dolphins. The rookie Zach Wilson with 3 touchdown passes. Finally, we're off to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they were winners as they defeat the visiting New England Patriots. Matt Ryan leading the way there as the win gets his guys back to 500 on the year. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Washington. And in a tie ball game, they've got to be asking themselves, what can we do to get this passing game on track for the second half to come? Meanwhile, for the Panthers, we get a look at their numbers on the ground in that first half, as they'll be looking to rev things up here in a tie ball game. Each team making their final preparations for this second half. We're about ready too, as we'll send you back up to Charlotte and rejoin Brandon and Charles at Bank of America Stadium.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Another run with McCaffrey on second down. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. An extra man in the secondary for Washington on third down. Now it's Newton. For Marshall, that's complete. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll give this to Hubbard running right. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Throwing on third down, Newton. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
Got that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 90 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. On first down, Newton. I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. A give, running right, it's Hubbard. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Throwing is Newton. And, that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down. Gonzalez's kick is good, and they take a 17-14 lead. Well, they don't get a touchdown here in the opening drive of the third quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
After the field goal, here's Gonzalez to kick it off. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. First possession of the second half now for Washington, and they find themselves down on the scoreboard following the field goal a moment ago.
And I think even though they trail in the game now, I would consider that a win for their defense, and that's probably what they're telling the offense when they get to the bench. Hey, the onus is on you guys now. Get back out there and get us the lead back.
And that, nearly picked off. Well, it would have been a great time for their first interception of the game. Instead, it's 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Heineke. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Heineke. And yet again, it's McLaurin. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. On the draw, it's Gibson, and he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime mix had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And they'll try to throw now. Heineke. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Whenever I see an in route dropped, as we just saw in that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
A 4th quarter miss like that, there is no lonelier feeling than that kicker right now.
As we all know, a lot of these games, they come down to special teams. And when that chance comes, you have to perform in order to help your team get over the top.
Could have tied it. Instead, they remain down 3. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. They caught a break with that missed field goal. Instead of being tied, they now sit in the fourth quarter driver's seat, still up 3. They start on the ground with McCaffrey.
It's over. Let's dominate.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Back to throw, Newton. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. 2 yards, good enough for a first. A handoff, McCaffrey running right. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz,
he's got a man, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 33 yards that time. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is. His ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Draw play as Newton gives to McCaffrey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And boy, this burgundy and gold defense charged up now. They stop him behind the line again. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. To throw is Newton. He's got Anderson on the slant. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up the 1st and goal. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. McCaffrey. Into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. This Washington defense, they've stood tall the first 2 plays. Now 3rd and goal. McCaffrey. And this time he is in. Christian McCaffrey, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Gonzalez to add the PAT. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. A 10-play drive that time. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. Now touchdown. Here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Heineke now in the Washington offense. Down 24-14. A minute 51 on the clock. They'll need a score here and also likely an onside kick recovery. But first things first. 1st and 10. First down, Heineke gets this to Gibson. It's a first down and more for Gibson. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. A first down throw for Heineke. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. Cam Sims, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Heineke. And his throw here is incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
He's going to let it fly. And unable to connect, incomplete. Give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. A.J. Boye with a pick. And the Panthers are going to take over here up near the 40. Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he could do there. And he winds up giving the ball away.
Carolina getting set to take the field. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And he stopped immediately there. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Third down, here's McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 112 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And he's got this down to the 35. Call it a gain of 11 yards, and that should just about do it.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And this one going to wrap up with Cam Newton going down to a knee. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Panthers, they